Okay, in this video, I'm going to tell you what a home inspection is, if you need one, and in what circumstances you don't need a home inspection. I'm Byron, real estate team leader and investor. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so do you need a home inspection? First, let's define what a home inspection is. It's a licensed inspector. They had to obtain that license, and they come to the property and they do a visual inspection from roof to foundation. Okay, they're looking at everything mechanical and structural with that house. You may do an additional add-on with that inspector to do radon testing or something like that. But essentially, they're looking at all the mechanics. Like, let's go through them. The furnace, the air conditioner, the plumbing, the electrical, right? The windows. Is there any rot? What condition is the roof in? How many years are expected left on the roof, right? So these types of things are what a inspector is looking for. They're going to give you a report back. Sometimes they're giving you the report right there on the spot, like they're filling it out with you and emailing it. But typically or traditionally, it's 24 to 48 hours that they'll send you that report. There's going to be analysis. There's going to be a lot of photographs, and there will be recommendations on how to proceed with certain things in the house. Okay. Now you can be, as a buyer, right? You can be at that home inspection. Agents watching this is all basic information to you, but agents, I've got a little twist here at the end of when people may not do an inspection. So stick around for that. Right now in this market, it's super competitive, right? So you've got buyers that want to waive the inspection. As real estate agents, I am a licensed real estate broker. We have got to advise home buyers to get an inspection, right? In fact, we actually have buyers sign off that we advised them to obtain a home inspection. That has a lot to do with liability. But who should get a home inspection every time? First-time home buyers should absolutely get a home inspection every single time. They've never bought a house. They don't know what it takes to maintain a house. They don't know what has to go into maintaining a house. Typically, you want to put back 1 to even 3% of the home's value back in for maintenance costs, maintenance investments back into the house every single year. Not enough agents are actually telling their buyers that, like, hey, after you buy the house, be prepared to put 1 to 3% back into the house every single year just to maintain it in its current condition, right? Servicing the furnace, servicing the AC. These are recommendations that a home inspector would make, but a lot of times people just buy a house and they just forget about all that. They're so excited to buy the house that they go to Home Goods and spend a bunch of money on crap, right? So first-time home buyers should be always doing a home inspection. Anybody that's on a very tight budget that thinks, wow, well, I'm going to have maybe 1% to reinvest into my home's value each year, but 1 to 3%, there's no way I'm going to have 3% with my budget, with my bills, with my lifestyle to put back into my house. I would definitely get a home inspection there, know everything about the house that you possibly can going in and what needs to be fixed. Anyone that wants to negotiate potentially on the property before you finalize the deal. Okay, so you put the property under contract and you want to maybe get a little bit more negotiating done after the fact between under contract and closing. Inspection is like one of the only opportunities for you to negotiate and or get out of the deal if you realize it's a bad deal for you. Okay. Anyone lacking experience in the structural and mechanicals of the home should get a home inspection. Anyone that doesn't understand the cost of actually doing the work on a house or doesn't have the experience to do a lot of this work themselves. All right. Any home that is really old, right? If it's built, 15 plus years ago, I know 15 years isn't really old, but 15 years, your AC life expectancy is probably 10, 12, 15 years. So you're going to start to see things 15 years into a home need to be replaced. Okay. So anything over 15 years old, absolutely get a home inspection. Here's the other person that should get a home inspection every time: a seller that knows they've got issues with the house, but doesn't know exactly what issues they are. Okay. So they haven't fixed everything. They know there's some issues because they're living there. They just haven't identified them. Identify those up front, get those fixed before you go on the market. Okay. So that's like the majority of the buyers, right, that I just described there for people that should be getting a home inspection. But what are the situations where you shouldn't, or rather don't have to get a home inspection? If you are an investor and you're going to tear the property down, you don't need an inspection. But if you're going to gut the property, if you're going to basically transform the property as it is today, you're going to be rebuilding it essentially, so you don't need an inspection. If you're a house flipper and you've done this multiple times and you can go in there and basically give it the eyeball test and you know what you're talking about, and you want to make your offer ultra competitive by waiving the inspection contingency, but you have the experience and the knowledge, then you could avoid doing a home inspection. If you're a real estate licensed broker or agent and you're an investor again, or you're just that experienced, you've been to hundreds of home inspections and it's a property that you're willing to take the risk to make your offer that much more competitive and you understand the risk associated with it, you could, in that situation, avoid doing a home inspection. So it really comes down to experience and understanding what these items might cost if they needed to be replaced, and the willingness to say, I like the deal enough that I'll replace an AC if I find out that it's not in working condition. I'll replace, some rot on the sills, or you'll be able to see that if you have experience, but I'll replace the furnace. I'll replace things because I know my numbers so well in this area, right? Like understanding the market, understanding if you got a deal or not. This is why if you're an investor, a flipper, or an experienced agent buying these properties, you want to be buying under market value. In case something happens, you're going to have the spread to go in there and fix it up. So if you're an agent, you should always be advising everyone to get a home inspection. Again, that's just a liability issue. Have them sign off that you advised them having a home inspection. But if you are somebody who's really savvy, who understands the market and your numbers inside and out, and you have the experience in doing the renovations, it may be to your advantage to waive the home inspection, especially in a market like this that is ultra competitive. Hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to this channel. I'll see you on the next video.